Ladies and gentlemen, my name is RuffledRowlit. I probably sound like I've been smoking more like 20 packs of cigarettes per day for the last 20 years, but I have not. I am just a little bit tired, and also my voice is a little bit messed up due to the fact that I've been screaming over the hype of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for the last 24 hours to 48 hours. My voice is a little bit scuffed, but I still want to make you guys videos and talk about things, and today we're going to be starting our series on this channel, which is going to be a countdown series for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Now you may be asking, how can we do a countdown when we don't know the release date? Well, I'm going with the assumption that the release date is going to be around the same time it was last year. Also, a friend of mine did find a potential release date that may have been leaked by GameStop. I'll talk about that in a different video, most likely in tomorrow's countdown, alongside some other content. But today I want to go through a posting that was made on Twitter by one of you audience members, which is truly interesting. So I want to go through that. I apologize for my voice again. If you want to read this on your own, you can do that instead. If you don't want to listen to me, speak over this, because it's going to be probably hard with my voice being totally scuffed and horrible to listen to. So if you do want to watch this on your own, I will make sure to link it down below. I'll be speaking in this lower tone today. There won't be as much as excitement, in my voice, because I will be trying to, save my voice as much as possible, but still be able to get videos out for you guys. So guys, before we get into the actual video here, I want to show you something that I really, hope you guys would, be interested in, which is our Team Shield and Team Sword t-shirts. So we are basically doing a campaign right now, and I posted on Twitter here as well. We're doing a campaign for Forge Your Path to Greatness, basically a campaign for these new games. If you guys want to pick one of these shirts up, feel free to do so. We have the designs on, socks and whatnot. I mean, don't get the socks. They're too overpriced, honestly. And also on a hoodie on the side here. But yeah, we're doing basically shirt designs for Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Sword. So if you want to support one of those teams, feel free to pick a shirt up if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. The links for the shirts will be in the description down below. Either way, let's get right into the actual video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a long post here made by Mark B. McAfee Jr. And I actually spent this early morning today actually reading through this whole thing, because I really thought it was interesting. The amount of information it actually goes through is truly unique. So I thought we'd go through this whole thing and kind of discuss it and see what you guys think about it and my thoughts. So let's get right into the actual, content here. So, okay, so with the help of King Cocoa Butter, I think I may have worked out the beginnings of the central arc of the evil team in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, respectively. A ton of this is based on the spoilers and leaks from the internet, but a good chunk of it also comes from English history. Now, if you guys do not know this, for those who are not aware, Pokemon Sword and Shield are based on, the UK, or the British, just a British island, like where you have Scotland, Wales, England and whatnot, as well as, I guess, Northern Ireland is on the other side, though, with the, island part, so to say. But basically, to put it bluntly, it makes sense there is a connection to English history here, of course. Whenever a Pokemon game is made, they will look at the mythology of the region they're basing it on and go with that. So as he mentions here, but if you're averse to the kind of things I understand, to keep it brief, I think the evil team will be based on Roman citizens/soldiers as they attempt to invade or conquer the Galar region. So why do I think this? For starters, this has happened. And now he shows a rumor that I actually talked about a while back down here. And I'll talk about this rumor because I mentioned it a long time ago. I actually did a video on it like a few months back. But here's what he basically said. So before in British history, Julius Caesar unsuccessfully tried to conquer the region in 55 BCE. This is a hugely important and relevant due to a rumor/leak posted to 4chan on the 8th of January 2019. Not the most reliable source of information, but this does seem real. And here's what the actual post originally said. And I remember this one, actually. It said that translation team lists 106 new Pokemon, which does make sense with our current prediction. And also talking to Paul Ryan, which runs PokeShop, he's been saying that it seems like they're going to do at least over 100 Pokemon, and there are far more Pokemon, apparently, or more Pokemon than there were in Sun and Moon, for sure. Biggest region to date, which this one does seem like one of the biggest ones we've had, like in terms of size from bottom to top. It is like one of the biggest ones we've had, but still, it's kind of hard to tell yet until we actually play the games and experience the regions ourselves, and I guess we'll know once we fully play them. They also say here the game has additional rare shiny forms, which we don't know about yet because we haven't gotten that much info yet. We just got the first trailer, so so to say. Solar System gets represented in form of legendaries, which I think is interesting because there's been a speculation about that for a long time. An organization is called Neon, led by, or Team Neon, led by Caesar. No official translation yet. Now, I do know what these say, Neon and Caesar, because my buddy actually translated these originally, so I do remember what these were called. And he kind of goes further in here and mentions that this rumor is interesting, as it was taken down immediately, and the user's 4chan account was permanently banned. That is true. That actually did end up happening with this one. The most interesting part of the post suggests that the evil team/organization will be called Neon and led by a person named/title, get this, Caesar. Indeed. Now, roughly translates to Neon Group or Neon Organization, but the "ne" isn't pronounced like how we'd say neon, as in neon light. Roughly translate to Caesar, and that's Caesar as in a noun, not a name. Then continue down here further. I received all this information from a video by Actual Arrow that can be found here. So yeah, your boy Arrow also covered this subject. I remember, like, man, we covered a lot of these subjects, don't we? This leads me to believe that it will be a player character's job to defeat Caesar and the Neon Organization in order to stop their conquest of Galar. This closely mirrors Julius Caesar's failed conquest of Britain. Wait, I linked to earlier. Again, I apologize about my voice cracks. They're pretty annoying, I know. Either way, but that isn't all. On February 12th, 21st, another 4chan user correctly predicted the titles and regions of the games. What I find most interesting is the wooden horse legendary that the leaker talks about. And right here you can see that this is a recent one, and I'm going to do a separate video on this one specifically because I think it actually opens up a lot of doors if it is real. So this guy basically said, this is it, believe it now or later. And this was posted on the 21st of February before we even knew if, officially knew if the direct was coming or not. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Region is Great Britain. Legendary Pokemon are Metal Snake and Wooden Horse. I still think it's wolves or dogs or whatever, but who knows. Armored Evolutions, Armored Charizard, Armored Mewtwo, Armored Flygon, Armored Zeraora. Meltan ties into Armored Evolution and Legendary Lore, which would make sense with how, Meltan actually works. We continue down here to the next thing. What comes to mind immediately upon hearing it is the story of the Trojan Horse. I believe the evil team may have plans to use this legendary as a means to take over the region in a very similar way to the Greeks used to defeat the Trojans. The Trojan Horse was written about in the Aeneid of Virgil. This exact same poem chronicles the hero Aeneas, whose descendants, Romulus and Remus, later go on to create the Empire of Rome, so there is a direct connection between the Trojan Horse and Rome. It continues on, but the connection is deeper than that. Romulus and Remus were both raised by a female wolf, and the wolf is an important animal in Roman history and mythology. We see wolf iconography in the logos of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, which King Cocoa Butter pointed out. So yeah, you can see them right down here. We already, kind of noted this. Buckle up, because it's only going to get crazier from here. In most major versions of the tale of Romulus and Remus, Romulus actually kills Remus for mocking him. I don't think Game Freak will include his death directly, but I do think this idea of antagonist twins will manifest in the story, and that's something I think would be definitely interesting, because one of them could be the sword that strikes and one of the could be the shield that protects. I mean, there's a lot of themes that are going to be going through these games. There's going to be a lot of discussions like this, guys, so do stick around for that. Of course, once my voice gets better, I won't have to sound like I'm a freaking broken record. By the way, the story though, this may be a stretch, but I think Caesar in the games will also be based on Romulus. So who's are Remus in the equation? Remus therefore must be the champion of the region, defending Galar from his/her brother. He/she will be the literal shield of the region. Defending it from the symbolic sword of his/her brother using the Metal Snake legendary. All that being said, I can see the story playing out like this: Caesar pretending to desire to make peace with his sibling, will bring the wooden legendary as a gift/offering, when in all reality this is just a ploy to advance his troops and invade the land. Now again, war in Pokemon games is a little bit of a touchy subject, but they did say this is going to be slightly more, they're going to aim for a slightly more, on like a adult kind of theme, or kind of like an older theme, so to say. And it does seem like this game, like already based on some of the other things we talked about, it does seem to have a little bit of a darker theme to it. With your help and as the player character, the champion will uncover this plot and use their own snake legendary in battle. The conflict between these two forces will devastate the region. But that again is where you, the player, intervene. You will use the power of the wolf legendary, as seen on the swords and the shield emblems, to tame her to the two quarreling children and to provide peaceful resolution to the land. So yeah, this is actually fantastic. A straight up Mach B McAfee, my dude. Like, this is a really cool theory, and I don't know what to say, man. I love that you actually put this together, and I think it's a great way to just kind of kick off this whole journey of ours here, guys, with these games. I mean, we're one day after reveal now, and people are already making some great and crazy theories as well, though. I mean, this is genuinely getting crazier and crazier. Now, I've already made a video about my own theory about what the legendaries could be, saying that it could actually be based on the Burgundy dragon, which is, there's a story there. A warrior has to go and, kill the dragon, so he uses two of his dogs or two wolves to do it, or two wolves with him when he does it. And it's kind of like the story kind of matches up better, and also there are like references, like the drawings on the hills and stuff look like, it kind of looks like almost like a Melmetal, but then it also kind of looks like a dragon in some positions, like it's shooting out like fire, or it looks like it's a spectral cloud. It's really hard to know right now, but I guess as we get further and further in and more trailers drop, we will have a better indication of what is actually going on. But I don't know, man, it's actually getting really interesting, ladies. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this first countdown video. If you want to see more of these countdown videos, please let me know. Of course, I'll let my voice rest after today. I'll make sure to, like, not go too crazy and let it just relax, so it can calm down and just, like, not go too crazy. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, though. If you did enjoy, then drop a like down below. And also check out our shirt designs if you wouldn't mind. If you want to pick one up, of course, you can check it out. If you don't want to, it's okay, I understand. But if you want to check one out and get one, feel free to do so. Either way, thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit. Have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.